Hey guys, UJ here, back with this week's Power Rangers video. This time we're doing the Many Faces of Lord Zedd. We've already looked through the Many Faces of Alpha 5 and Rita Repulsa, so now it's Zedd's turn. If you aren't familiar with the format of these videos, it's where we take a look at all the actors that have portrayed one of our favourite Power Ranger characters over the years. Hopefully you'll find out something you didn't already know. Anyway, let's jump in. So sadly, I'm starting off the first one with the late Robert Axelrod, a legend amongst Power Ranger fans around the world. You'll recognise Robert for his signature Lord Zedd voice that infested our nightmares for weeks after he first turned up on screen. Robert was working with Saban already when the role of Zedd came up. He'd been contacted by Saban, he had a stable of around 20 to 30 voice actors, to play the role of Finster. He didn't even have to audition, they just handed him the role. Anyway, when the role of Lord Zedd was being put together, Robert asked if he could audition for the part. He took the script home and had just one paragraph of what Lord Zedd was like. He didn't even have a photo, and he put together this iconic voice.
It's Zedd, you blinking bucket of bolts! Lord Zedd!
Now, he didn't just pluck it out of nowhere. A year earlier, he auditioned for the role of a character called Lombard Hist in an audiobook called Battlefield Earth. He thought, hist, add some hissing to the voice, but the producers of the tape turned him down. So when Lord Zedd came up, Robert pictured him as Darth Vader-like and took the Lombard hiss voice and lowered it down his diaphragm and practiced for 20 minutes as Lord Zedd. He went into work the next day and Saban needed to see him do it 3 times before giving him the role of Zedd, and they didn't believe Robert could pull this off. Robert then continued to work on Power Rangers throughout seasons 2, 3, Zeo, In Space, as well as 2 movies and a stage tour as Zedd, all while still doing Finster at the same time, and also partaking in various bits and pieces of monsters here and there. Sadly though, Robert died on the 7th of September 2019 after suffering complications from spinal surgery. I always intended to meet Robert. He was booked for Preston Comic Con 2018, but due to his surgery and all the complications, he couldn't make it to the Comic Con. Oh well, I spoke to him on Facebook a couple of times, and he said him and his manager were working really hard to get him back to Preston once he recovered. So I went about a year in my head and on Discord saying that I would be meeting him once he was better, and honestly I had high hopes I would. Then comes the 7th of September 2019, and that post from Barbara Goodson. His legacy lives on though, and he will always have a place in our memories. Now normally at this point I jump into the show's suit actor, but I'm going to need your help with that, so I'm saving that one till last. Instead I'm going to talk about the movie suit actor, Mark Ginther. Mark portrayed Lord Zedd inside the suit during the 1995 movie. I don't have any notes as to how he got the role, but interestingly, out of all the villains, Australian, Brit, he's the only American here. As I say, Mark isn't the actor who was in the suit in the show, but when you look at the two side by side, Mark's is way more bulkier and menacing. This is because Mark has spent most of his career working in stunts. Seriously, this is just a few bits of stuff he's done as an actor. He was Razar in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, he played demons in both Buffy and Angel, and he was one of the Extremist soldiers in Iron Man 3. Not only that as well, he's worked in stunts in over 111 projects. Why have we never seen this guy at a Comic-Con? Now again, I don't know how Mark got the role, but I'm guessing it's due to his incredible resume. Here he is with Karen Ashley though. Mark stands at 6'5" tall, so add on the suit as well and he's nearly doubling in Karen for height. So maybe they booked him because, you know, he's so menacing looking. Anyway. Steve Blum voiced Lord Zedd in the 2007 game Power Rangers Super Legends. Now I am in no way saying that this is Robert Axelrod level, but in terms of voice, it's pretty close. Certainly on the acceptable level. Have a listen.
I'll give you that one for old time's sake, Rangers. Now, I'm off for a date with the universe.
And you know how I say in these countdowns that I wish I had an example where there was no funny story behind the actor getting the role? Well, this is it. I tweeted Steve Blum asking him, @BlumSpew, how did you get the part of Lord Zedd in Power Rangers Super Legends? Simple audition through my agent and some luck. There you go. No craziness, no 30 million callbacks, no callbacks, just a normal audition process. Steve only voiced Lord Zedd in the game, no other iterations. Although, I'm just going to stick this one in here really quick. Lord Zedd was voiced by Power Rangers legend Tony Oliver in the Power Rangers Super Megaforce game. I just can't find any footage of it, hence I'm not bothering to make him his own card. Anyway, moving on. Stig Eldred is a Swedish-born actor who voiced Lord Zed in the Beast Morphers episode Making Bad. You know, I was very critical of Susan Brady's performance as Rita in her video. Now I'm going to be even worse for Stig as Lord Zed. It doesn't even resemble Lord Zed. It sounds like he's going to be sick. There is no low-down, diaphragm, deep voice. Instead, you get this back-of-larynx voice that sounds as if Lord Zed is being shrunk down to micro size with something stuck in his throat.
Come get me! You missed me! Oh, we just stopped by on our way out to give you a little gift. Catch you on the flip side.
Really big disappointment, and thankfully this was only for one episode. Heck, even my followers can do better impressions of Zed. Look, here is Madadon Night Studios doing a piece we did for a Christmas music video a couple of months ago.
Zed! They're starting the Christmas special without us!
Christmas. I hate Christmas almost as much as the Power Rangers!
Zed!
Ugh, coming dear!
That sounds more like Zed than Stig. I just think it's a bit of an insult to Robert Axelrod's legacy. I'm guessing they needed to redub over his voice for legal reasons, but you could at least try to find someone that captures the iconic voice instead of the first person CV you might pluck out of the voice actors pile. Ugh, anyway. Alright, I said the last one was going to be something I need your help with, and I will get there in a moment. But first, I need to debunk something that not only is in the Power Rangers community, but has been reported in the mainstream media as well about Lord Zed's suit actor. Die-hard fans will know this, but other than that, it's been widely misreported. So firstly, it's been recorded that Edwin Neal, Edwinneal, the spelling will become very relevant in a moment, was the suit actor in Power Rangers for Zed. This is also the guy from Chainsaw Massacre. Look, Goliath.com. Lord Zed was portrayed by Edwin Neal, who is known in the horror world and has been acting in film and TV since the early 90s. Track TV. Edwin Ed Neal is an American actor, perhaps best known for his role as Nubbin Sawyer in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or for his role as Lord Zed in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Even Ranger Wiki, a picture of Edwin Neal mentioning that he was a suit actor for Lord Zed and Rygog and portrayed Jasper in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Well, let me set the record straight once and for all. Edwin Neal did not portray anything to do with Lord Zed. He did, however, provide some voices in Power Rangers. However, Ed Neal, Edneil, did portray Lord Zed. Yes, I even asked Edwin Neal to clarify in a message on Facebook, and here is his response confirming that he only did the voices on Power Rangers. This is Ed Neal in the Countdown to Destruction. He has a different IMDb page to Edwin Neal. This is getting confusing now, which clarifies the amount of roles and legacy he put into our favourite shows. Now, for anyone that says, but how do you know this is Ed Neal? Well, I watched one of his films, and this guy are the same person. Look, they look alike. Plus, Carla Perez, Rita's suit actress, confirms that the actor was called Ed Neal. And in the credits for Turbo, Lord Zed portrayed by Ed Neal. And look at this guy's moves. Is it any wonder Saban hired him? Also, he, like Robert Axelrod, had been by Saban's side since the early days of Power Rangers. Look at the first fight between Tommy and Jason. Recognize the referee? Oh yeah, that's Ed Neal, Lord Zed. So why do I need your help? Well, it doesn't sit right with me, all this misreporting about Ed Neal, so let's clear the air. Heck, even I said it in a previous video. Look. Rita and Zed's suit actors, Carla Perez and Edwin Neal, yeah, him from Chainsaw Massacre played. So what can you do? Share. Share this video everywhere and to anyone that you think might be interested. Get the information out and give Ed Neal the respect he deserves. I did try to track him down for this video, but he seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth. Someone even put a post out in Lost in LA trying to track him down. Ed, if you happen to be watching this, this is my social media. I would love to do an interview with you if you want to get in touch. That'd be fantastic. And that's it. Another long list of actors behind one of the face of Power Rangers. As ever, if you found out something new, drop it down in the comments below. I'd also like to personally invite you to my Discord community. It's filled with Power Ranger fans. All you need to do is click the link in the description below. Everyone gets a personal welcome from me, and everyone gets to choose what colour Ranger they'd like to be as well. I'll be back in a couple of months with the Many Faces of Zordon, but until then you can just hit that like button as a thank you, and tickle the subscribe button so you know when that video will be live. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!